The common thought is that you need a huge audience to make good money online. And I'm going to show you why that's not the case, and a better way where you can actually make more money by doing less, essentially. Okay. Most people trying to grow as big of an audience as possible, when really what you should be thinking about is like size isn't really that important in this anyway. Bigger doesn't necessarily mean better. Yes, people will say, oh, it's much better to have all of these because you'll get more opportunities for sales, you'll have bigger influence, more trust, and all of this. But the thing is, when you look at people's audiences, most of the time they have these huge audiences. Very few of them are going to buy. And people are growing these audiences in a way that's not bringing them buyers. As a business, it's not really a very smart play. You end up with huge reach for people who are never going to give you any money. There's a small subsection of that audience who are buyers, and that's these people over here. These are the people who are going to pay you for whatever it is that you want to be doing. Now, most people are, like I said, doing this whole just grow a big audience, do it this way, and they're playing the wrong game, essentially. There are two kinds of game that you can be playing. Game one is for mass reach, and people will create content, take any kind of measures that they can just to be seen by as many people as possible. And they'll be chasing trends. They'll be looking for partnerships just to increase the reach and get out in front of as many people as they can. If you're looking at sort of social media marketing, and let's imagine that your service is you help people lose weight, whether through nutrition, exercise, reframes of the way that they view things, whatever it might be. That would be then producing content that's like fitness fails, the kind of funny comedy things of somebody falling off a treadmill, funny memes about all of this stuff, or generic advice. Hey, if you want to lose weight, you should be doing exercise. Really generic stuff that people are going to go, that's really cool. Thanks for that. Funny stuff, generic stuff. It's not really very specific. It has huge mass appeal. And it's going to get lots of engagement, and that's how the way that it's built is to get engagement. But it's not necessarily bringing people who are within your ideal customer persona to you. In fact, it's probably doing the opposite. It's bringing a lot of people who are outside that ICP to you. They're the people who are engaging with your content and all of this sort of stuff. What that does is it makes it really hard to identify these buyers over here. All of these people that are in this wider audience are going to be making so much noise. The potential for you to find the people who actually want to pay for your services is very small. It becomes increasingly difficult to sort through all of that noise. Okay, so game two is a much more targeted approach, and this is what I recommend people do because it will get you better results, and I will show you what kind of results it can get you in a second. If we're going back with the weight loss concept, we'll do actionable tips, and let's say this is weight loss via nutrition. Is what we're doing. So actionable tips, and so that could be things like cut these 3 foods from your diet to easily shed this many calories per week on average, whatever, right? Actionable tips, something that's going to help them, and they're like, do you know what, I'm going to do this. They then see a result, and because they've seen a result, they're like, this is the person who helped me. When they ask me for more money because they've got a new course, a new program, a new one-to-one consulting spot, whatever, they're like, that person knows their business, they've already helped me, I'm going to do it. You're going to have to be helpful and trustworthy to help them achieve those goals, because that's what gets them to that deeper level with you. And what I also like to include is like insight-based stuff, which is very similar to what this video is. I'm not telling you this is a 1, 2, 3 step on how to do this thing. I'm saying you need to change the way that you're thinking about things. I want you to view this from a different angle based on what I've learned, because I know that this is what's going to help you grow your business. So these kind of things are very targeted. This will not appeal to the vast majority of people. We don't want it to appeal to the vast majority of people. We want it only to appeal to the people who are more likely to pay you money in the future for your products, your services, whatever it is that you're selling. Okay. Number 1 brings a very uninterested audience, which is huge. Number 2 brings in customers, which are profitable. And so which one do you really want to focus on? Do you want to turn around and say to somebody, yeah, I've got 1 million YouTube subscribers. How much money do you make? Barely anything. Or I have 100 people who pay me every single month. I'd rather take the latter. I'm running a business here. So by getting targeted with all of your content, you'll start attracting the right kind of people. Be helpful, be useful, be actionable. But if you actually really want to attract the buyers, this is what you should be doing. Like I said, you've got the big audience and the little audience buyers. You need to actually identify the buyers if you want to attract more of them. So the best way to do this is to launch some kind of low cost offer, right? If you already have a big audience and you're not sure who in there is buyers and who in there is just freebie seekers, create something that is around this whole actionable tips or helpful and trustworthy insight base that's going to help them solve a small, immediate, but painful problem. Launch that to them at a very low cost, even as low as $1, and launch that to that audience. Get it out there. Doesn't matter whether that audience is on social, on your email list, wherever. Doesn't matter. Then you will be able to understand the difference between givers and takers, or this is buyers and freebie seekers, if you like. Takers take everything, they give you nothing back. Givers give you money. Once you've identified these givers and you've attracted the buyers, or so you know who the buyers are, you can use what you know about them to attract more buyers. Oh, this is something that they really valued. Let me get this in front of more people just like them. And that's basically how you can start being more targeted with this, by identifying the buyers. You have to identify the buyers to understand the information, the content, the help that they need, and then you push more of that out there to attract more of them and bring more of them to you. You will start to see a lot of these people lose interest. And that's fine, because they were never going to be a benefit to your company anyway. They're not going to help you grow. But you'll start to see this slowly growing. Day after day, week after week, month after month, more of these buyers will be coming to you, because there's compounding gains here with this sort of stuff. You help 5 people, then one of them tells their friend, that's bringing a 6th person. Then they're telling somebody else and they're doing a promo like, hey, this guy there is really good. Brings you more and more. You've got to help people if you want to grow effectively. Now, what you will see is 2 things will happen. Your overall reach will decrease over time. However, the number of buyers and the revenue that your business is making is going to go up. And like I said, if you're running a business, this is what matters. The reach in your followers doesn't keep the lights on. You need the buyers. And yes, reach is important, but reach to the right people. When you're doing generic stuff and you're playing the mainstream game, you're going to get in front of the wrong people. Focus on the buyers, produce more content, you'll get in front of more buyers. Proof of this in action. Somebody within the Growth Models Plus community, where we help people optimize their offers and get their reach out and the whole system behind it, took this to heart with the $1 product strategy. And between Q1 and Q4 of last year, we're now Q1 the next year. So Q4 website traffic down, YouTube views down, but serious people who are actually taking actions on their website up. Most importantly, revenue 20% higher. They had fewer people because they weren't producing generic content that appeals to the masses. They were producing content that they now know appeals to buyers of their products, and they were pushing more of that out, and they were attracting fewer people overall, but more people who became customers and clients for their business, which helped their revenue go up. And that is what you want to be doing. It's not about, oh, I'm liked by so many people. It's about how many of your customers you can help and serve. If you're looking to grow your online business, this is the core of this video, right? Stop chasing trends and whatever just to get in front of more people and views and all of this. That does not equal revenue. Start solving targeted problems of your ideal customers, charge them for it, upsell. If you see my other videos about the whole $1 product strategy, we also have stuff on growthmodels.co, the $1 product challenge, and in GM+. But essentially charge low to identify the buyers, keep charging them, people who pay once will pay again, and then keep producing more of the stuff that brings those buyers to you. When you know what is selling and what brings you buyers, do more of it to bring you more buyers and keep selling more to those people. That's the core of this. It's a very simple thing. Rather than just throwing stuff out to try and please the algorithms, we don't care about reach. We care about revenue and profit for your business. So get targeted, start solving problems, start being useful. You'll be liked by far fewer people, but there'll be people who pay you. And that's what this is all about. Any questions, drop them in the comments. If you want more help, go to growthmodels.co. There's also the $1 product challenge, which is growthmodels.co/1DPC, $1 product challenge. And then there's also GM+, which is growthmodels.co/community. You can join us in there. Anything else, just drop a comment or reach out to me directly. But yeah, remember, the entire audience, there's a very small percentage of your audience who are buyers. These are the only people you should be focusing on to grow your business. See you in a bit.